In this video, we're going to show you how to create a custom name light base. And we're going to be using this little fella right here. And I'm going to show you how we can make this little light base really easily here inside Inkscape. So I purchased the file. You can see I bought it. And then we're going to come over here to Inkscape and show you how to put this artwork together. So let's go ahead and hit Control I here. And this is our artwork. So we have our SVG already created for us. So half the work is already done here. And then what are we going to do here? Let's set the height of our finish lamp to 150. That is basically a 6-inch lamp. And you can see here we have a group. So we're going to ungroup it. And we don't actually need this. So we'll go ahead and delete that. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to select our pink and shift click our pink. And then we're going to use our keyboard shortcut to weld those two together, which is Control plus. Okay. Yes, you could come up here to Path and Union, but try and force yourself to use the keyboard shortcut of Control plus. The more you use those keyboard shortcuts, the more it become automatic, and the easier it will be for you to create your artwork. So then we're going to use our light blue here, light blue, and we'll hit Control plus. Make those one part and type it in, light blue. So this piece here, we'll call it nose. I don't know what filament color we're actually going to print with that, but we'll leave it like it is for right now. Let's see, light blue we could turn off, and our nose we could turn off. And then this is dark blue, so we'll go ahead and dark blue. And we could turn that off. This right here is his tongue, which is going to be part of pink. So we'll hit Control plus there. Bring those two together. And then the little claws here, we'll go ahead and bring those together. And we'll call it claws. We may do those the same font color as our nose. Or we may not. We may do it in white. It'll be one or the other here. I'm not sure which. So then finally we have our white bits here. Control plus and white. Okay, and then we could turn that off as well and our claws off as well. And so now we're just left with our black, which we're going to go ahead and select. And then we're going to hit Control plus on that too. And that makes that all one piece. And we'll call this our back plate. Okay. And then what we'll do is we're going to just come in here and we'll make a selection like so. We'll create a rectangle and we'll bring it up a little bit, right? So we're just going to drag it up if we have to. We'll pull it out here a little bit, so it right there at the end. And then we'll pull it down here. Just cover that up. See where we're at over here. There we go. So now we've covered it all up, and we'll shift click our back plate here and Control plus again. Okay, so now we have this kind of silhouette going on here. So now what I think I want to do is I am going to create a rectangle. So we could go to our rectangle tool like so. And then let's go ahead and add a path effect to that. So we want to click on path effect here, and we're going to choose offset path effect. And then let's do negative. Let's try, to start with, let's try -3 because we want to offset to the inside. So you see we got a nice little border there, and that's about what I was looking for. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and hit path and object to path. And now what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. So we're just going to hit Control D. That will duplicate it. And then we're going to do another offset. But in this time, we'll just do -2 maybe. -2. Yeah, let's do, maybe we will have to go ahead and do -3 again. Let's do -3 again. that's good. So you see, that's how big that offset's going to be. So we'll do path and object to path. Okay, and now what we want to do is take those two paths, the green, shift click the light blue, so the green and the light blue here, and what we're going to do, instead of control plus to group or weld two pieces together, we're going to do control minus, and that will take away. See there? Pretty fancy stuff, huh? So this, let's go back here. This piece, we can leave it its own separate object, but as far as filament color goes, we'll either do it in white or we might do it in light blue, one of the two. But now what I want to do is I want to turn on my dark blue. So let's turn that on for a moment, because where these arms are overlapping my frame here, I want to cut my frame back here. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to duplicate that, and then we're going to go into our offset here. So we're going to do another offset, but I want that offset to be maybe 2 this time. So this time we're going to go to the outside though. So we'll hit 2. And you see how it grew a little bit? Well, that's what we want. So now we're going to go to path and choose object to path. And then where these are sitting over our frame, right? So we select that and we shift select our frame, and then we're going to do the control minus. That will take away. That's why we're minusing, control minus. And so you see we have that little boop, 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 boop right there. Okay, that's what we wanted. So it's like leaning over the top of our frame here, and that's what we were after. So now what we're going to do is grab our text tool and type out our name, which in this case is ARRIANA, like that. Okay, Ariana. And we'll go over to our text tool here, and we're going to use Buka. So there is book. Okay, just like that. And we'll go ahead and choose apply. That is the official Lilo and Stitch font. So we'll just go ahead and squish it so it fits in our frame here. We're going to make it just small enough, something like that. I think that looks good. Maybe I'll make it just a little bit shorter. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. The color it is really not that relevant. Let's go ahead and go to path and choose object to path, and then let's go back and custom, we'll just call it custom name. Okay, so now we have our backplate, our dark, light blue, our nose, claws, the white, the pink, the lower frame, and the custom name. Perfect. So I am happy with all that. So let's go ahead and turn off everything but the backplate. Okay. So there we go. So now we have just our backplate. So now we have to go finish with the rest of the bits of our lamp. So we're going to go ahead and hit Control D to duplicate our backplate, and then we'll turn off our original backplate, and then we're going to go ahead and duplicate our backplate one more time, and then we're going to go to path, we're going to go to offset, and we're going to go to -2. Okay, and then if we give it a different color, you'll see what it did there. That's what we needed. So let's go ahead and choose path, object to path. And all I need to do here is take those two paths, so the green, shift click the black, and control minus to go ahead and cut a hole. Okay, so now that piece is done. This becomes our sides of our lamp. And we're going to go ahead and just slide it right on down in front of our backplate. That's what I usually do. And we'll turn that off, turn on our backplate again. And so now we need another duplicate of our backplate, and we'll turn our original backplate back off again. And this time, we're going to do a path effect, but we're going to do 2.1 millimeters. Of course, we have to do it negative to offset the inside, so it's negative 2.1 millimeters. And then we'll do path and object to path. And then we do need a duplicate because we need to add another offset of 2 millimeters. So we'll come back in here. We'll do -2, and it will do that again. We'll give it a color so we can see that offset happen, and that looks good. So we'll hit path and object to path. At this point, what I like to do is I like to go to the view menu, display mode, and choose outline. And what I'm looking for is any weirdness. Sometimes, not always, sometimes this is a perfect example. See that, what I call weirdness? So we'll double click on the inside here, and then we'll hold our alt click key down, and we could just nip that stuff, get rid of it. Sometimes there's a lot of it, and sometimes not so much. So it's pretty common though when we do multiple offsets that it will give us some kind of weird anomalies here. But it looks to be that was only one, so that's good. Let's go ahead and go back to normal mode here. And so we could select this and this, both paths, Control minus to cut our hole, and there we go. Okay, so that piece here is called our flange. Okay, and we could go ahead and slide it right above our back plate because those two print together anyhow. So now we have all of our bits and bobs created. Let's go ahead and turn all that on and this on as well. And there you go. So this back plate, let's see if we can see this. Let's give it a red color here. Don't know if we're going to be, yeah, I guess we can. You see that little tiny sliver? Well, when we put the front on, or the back on to the front, that just gives us just a little bit of wiggle room to do that, okay? Now, I know that this maybe doesn't make a whole lot of sense at the moment here, but trust me, it will. So I do want one more piece here, and that is going to become our locator. So let's just call that locator. Okay, and then we do want that centered on our back plate. So let's go ahead and select both of those, and then we will go to our alignment tools here. And yes, the last selected. And now our locator is located dead center left to right of our lamp base here. Okay, so we can go ahead and save this. So I just hit Control Save, and we'll call it Stitch Lamp. And we'll hit Save. Okay, now if you want this design file, I'm happy to send it to you. We ask that you leave us a comment in the video. We ask you to leave a comment anyhow. That's why, you know, they always say like, comment, and subscribe. Well, we do that, especially the likes and the comments, because if you engage with the video in some way or another, YouTube would think, hey, this guy must be doing some good stuff. And so they will push out our videos more to other people who are looking for similar content. So it really helps us out if you could comment something. But if you want the video, want the file here, just make a comment, send us an email, say, hey, I need the custom name stitch files, and we'll be happy to send this out to you. So that is it for this video. Our artwork is complete. So now we can take a look at how to convert this into a 3D model inside your slicer. So until next time, thanks for watching.